Netflix, Ted Sarandos testifies over Warner's deal. Josh Hawley, who this guy, you cannot run one by this guy. This is from his own YouTube channel, Senator Josh Hawley. And this is an 8-minute clip. I'm going to pause it during certain spots. This is so worth watching the whole thing. We're gonna again go through it, and there's another clip I'm gonna show, but this stuff is, you learn a lot about how Ted Sarandos is trying to politic, telling them what they want to hear to make their WB deal go through. And I'll pause it, or tell me to pause it. Badger, if you have something to say, here we go.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for calling this hearing. Welcome to the witnesses. Mr. Sarandos, if I could just start with you, let's continue to talk a little bit about the labor impacts here, if we could. How many U.S.-based employees does Netflix currently employ, do you know?
About 10,000.
What about in production roles?
Well, in the it's a fluid number, but we've had about 155,000 production jobs.
About now
on our originals at any given time. I don't know the number.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for calling this hearing. Welcome to the.
I blame Alan.
Do you know?
About 10,000.
What about in production roles?
Well, in the it's a fluid number, but we've had about 155,000 production jobs.
About now
on our originals at any given time. I don't know the number exactly, sir. I can follow back with your staff though.
Warner Brothers, how many U.S. production jobs?
I don't have the exact number.
Here's what's funny. He's leading up to showing a chart we showed on Monday.
But it would be, I would think.
I'm pretty sure Josh Hawley watches Versus.
Hi, Josh.
Range.
This is not the Bruce Campbell that we all know and love. This is Bruce Campbell from Warner Brothers.
Okay. Here's my question. If this merger goes through, what's your projection about the amount of domestic production, say 2 years from now? Is it going to be static? Is it going to decline?
Our production is going to increase.
Domestic production.
Is
Employment.
going to increase. Most of our production is domestic, and it will continue to increase. We've recently forecast our content spend, independent of this deal, to grow to $20 billion. And that's a combination of licensing, producing. Now, those licensing dollars compel production as well. That's why it's hard to get an exact number.
Let me show you the data here about U.S. production.
We showed this chart on Monday on Versus.
Recently. Yeah. It's the red line here, starting from in 2021. You can see it is pretty much straight downward. There's been massive shift in production, as I think as Senator Schiff was alluding.
Look at that image. We showed the exact same one. That is productions being made in Los Angeles, dropped nearly to pandemic levels.
Oh, I'm sure they don't shoot anything in Los Angeles. They're probably in Georgia or one of those other places that hadn't caught on that you can milk them dry with fees and.
Yeah. But 2025 levels last year nearly were very close to 2020 levels.
Into just a moment ago, massive shift in production overseas to other foreign jurisdictions, leaving the United States. So will you commit to increasing domestic United States production and domestic United States production jobs? Did I hear you just say you would?
Senator Hawley, absolutely. It's in our business plan. It's in our long-term operating DNA. I will point out, sir, respectfully, that chart is Los Angeles.
Yeah, but it is Los Angeles. But if you look at the data, it is reflective. This reflects all of U.S. production. U.S. production is not going up, right?
But some of these jobs have moved.
It's going down.
These jobs have moved.
Yeah, but the overall numbers are going down, and this is exactly the concern of labor. And without objection, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to enter into a statement for the record from the Teamsters, who have major concerns about this deal, as does, frankly, pretty much every segment of labor, Mr. Sarandos. And what they all say is they're worried that you're going to cut residuals, which is effectively payments. You're going to cut production jobs. So let's just go through a few commitments here. Will you commit to using union labor?
I don't know if committing in front of a Senate hearing is a binding contract.
Yeah, and also Ted might have had a point there.
Is it binding in any way? He can say whatever he wants them to hear.
I think that's his job, right? To tell them whatever they want to hear.
Well, let's get through this. Okay, here we go.
For all domestic shoots.
We do use union labor.
Will you commit to using it in the future for all of your domestic shoots if this deal goes through?
Senator Hawley, we do use, this is the most unionized industry in America, and we use union labor on all our production.
And you're going to going forward. I'm looking for a commitment.
You have my commitment.
Will you commit to a 45-day or longer?
What does this mean?
Like
What
it's
the-
sworn testimony, so he can't lie, but also that there's no enforcement. There's no enforcement of anything.
That's my
if he-
point.
Yeah.
That's my point. All right, let's keep.
Longer theatrical?
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, because I don't know if they're going to show it or not, but this got us one of the most beautiful acknowledgments I've ever heard when they're talking about
About
the 45-day
Superman?
release. Yes. Yes.
Well, that's a different. Find that clip.
Oh.
We'll play that. But let's play more of this. But
Yeah.
if you could find that for me.
Release window for major Warner Brothers films.
Senator Hawley, I just said that I would do that under oath. So yes.
Good. And will you commit to fairly compensating your workers in the industry with residual payments?
Well, our top of market payment has been Netflix business philosophy since we started operating over 25 years ago.
Listen, what you have been routinely accused of compressing and reducing residuals, it's one of the biggest objections to labor to this deal. So let's see if you can lay that to rest today. Will you commit to full residuals?
Senator Hawley, I would like to tell you this is a very complicated answer because we prepay.
That's usually on the way to no. That's usually a way of saying no. So I'm looking for yes.
Senator Hawley, I understand this is not a yes or no answer because
It kind of is, though.
it kind of isn't because and we were going to sit down with the unions
You're disappointing me.
starting in the next few days. We're sitting down with the unions for new contract talks that start
No.
actually in 3 days.
That's a complicated, long no. I
Here-
would really hope it would be yes.
Okay. Are you asking me to commit to residuals in the traditional form? Because I don't think that applies in many cases. That's why I'm getting there.
All right. Well, I think you've got some work to do on that, Mr. Sarandos, and I would hope that you'd reconsider your position. Before my time expires, I want to ask you about something else related to children. Why is it
Here we go.
that
Now,
so
wait, this is what he gets into, the children's programming. Now,
Mhm.
others I've seen on social media say, this is, programming on Netflix is for everyone. They've got Dave Chappelle. They've got, Kill Tony. They've got like things for different demographics. The children's programming is different. Look at this clip.
much of Netflix content for children promotes a transgender ideology? Almost half of your content for I'm talking about minor children now. I'm not talking about teenagers. Minor children promotes a transgender ideology agenda. I was just looking at the data here from your various series. And what concerns me is just 2 days ago, a jury in New York awarded a former transitioner $2 million because she said that her psychologists and others pressured her into, they pushed on her an ideology that proved to be extremely detrimental. I'm sure you know that in the UK, the National Health Service in the UK has said that they're not going to perform transgender surgeries or any longer so-called gender-affirming care for minors, including in counseling, because it is so incredibly detrimental. Our own HHS has come forward with similar findings this past year. Yet if you turn on Netflix, you'll find that an enormous amount, and I say this as a parent with 3 young children, an enormous amount of your children's programming has this ideology and agenda in it. Is this an advocacy position for Netflix? Is this an ideological commitment you have? I mean, why is this?
Senator Hawley, Netflix has no political agenda of any kind. I would tell you that.
Well, then why is your children's program so full of this highly sexualized, highly controversial agenda? I don't understand it. It seems strange to me.
Respectfully, sir, it's because it's inaccurate. We have millions of hours of children's programming.
You're saying it's not there. You don't have trans. You don't feature trans characters, trans storylines, trans themes. It's not in your programming.
I'm saying we feature a wide variety of stories and programs to meet a wide variety of people's tastes.
Why is almost half of it? Why does almost half of your children's program feature this highly controversial, highly sexualized material? That just seems strange to me. It can't possibly be a reflection of the population.
Senator Hawley, I don't have any idea where that number would come from or what that would
can
be.
you
I
pause
don't
it real
believe
quick?
that's been your personal experience, but I can't speak to that.
Well, what do you mean you don't think it's been my personal
I don't-
experience? You
I
don't
don't
think
think-
that I monitor what my children watch on your? Here's what I tell you: what my personal experience is since
Yeah,
you're bringing it up.
Oh, pause it.
Yes. Go ahead.
the report, because I had over here, it comes from the Concerned Women for America. They reviewed 326 Netflix titles rated for children and families. 41% of things rated TVG and TVY7 titles included LGBTQ themes. 33% of all youth rated Netflix programs contain it, and 21% of all TVY, like preschool programs, include LGBTQ content. So,
Well,
that's a lot.
Wait until you see what he has to say on this.
My personal experience is that my 3 children, I can't let them watch anything they want on Netflix. I can't let them watch anything on Netflix unless I preview it, because I don't have confidence in what's on your platform. I don't know what they're going to encounter. And I tell you what, I don't want my kids being pushed an agenda about their sexuality or gender identity when I have not had the opportunity first to discuss it with them and to form them in that. And I, frankly, on behalf of parents around the country, it offends me that Netflix is pushing this content at parents in what seems to be a very coordinated, thought through, planned out agenda in a way that, frankly, I think undermines parents, certainly undermines me and my wife. We have to watch every show beforehand before we can let our kids watch it. Now, I don't know. That seems pretty concerning to me. I know you make a gob of money on it, and maybe that's the answer. But it just seems to me that it's a disservice to the parents of this country, particularly given what's happening with our youth on this subject.
So if I may answer, like I said, we have millions of hours of content on Netflix at any given time. We have state-of-the-art tools for you to manage those choices for your children and to block any title that you might be offended by.
I've been using Netflix for years. Is there a block function?
For LGBTQ content, yeah, I think we would have heard if there was a gay filter, basically.
I'm saying I don't know that what he's saying is accurate because I've never experienced. I mean, I thumbs up, I thumbs down things. They recommend things I didn't think of that I actually enjoyed. I just saw the Samurai show. That was great. But I just I've never seen a block function.
No.
Go ahead. I've never seen it. Let's keep going.
For any reason. So this is we are parents at Netflix as well. We share all your concerns about raising kids and also the ability to raise them as you see fit in your household and anyone else's household as well.
My concern is that you don't share my values or those of many other American parents, and you want the United States government to allow you to become one of the largest, if not the largest, streaming monopolist in the world. I think we ought to be concerned about what content you're promoting. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the most concerning thing.
Yeah, no, far worse than they're going to turn everything into streaming and we'll lose movie. Like, okay, that will eventually happen one day anyway. Their ideological push of I don't care what they tell you in high school, Cleopatra's Black, and just in everything, including actual historical things.
Right.
That's the more worrisome. That is then to a global audience. That's the more worrisome.
I've got some more clips here, and then we'll get to your comment.
I found the clip also of
Ted
Sarandos. Yes.
You put in the private chat. Okay, let's watch that.
Just share my screen. Yeah, it's
share screen.
Yeah.
Good. Even better.
Yeah.
Wait. I got to pull mine off.
No. Phrasing. All right.
I'm not able to add it. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Clip. I know the one you said.
This is pretty glorious.
Direct question. Will this be a fully exclusive 45-day theatrical window?
Fully exclusive to theaters, yes.
And will this be self-enforced? In other words, if you fall short of that?
That is the industry. It is the industry standard for self-enforcement. However, routinely, movies that underperform, the window moves a little bit. And Superman was a little shorter window, and Sinners was a little longer window, but they still refer to it as a 45.
Translation. Superman underperformed, and we removed it from theaters. James Gunn told everyone that the reason it was going to digital early was because Peacemaker was coming out, and he was so connected that he wanted everyone to get the chance to watch Superman so that they could understand Peacemaker, i.e. he lied. He lied. Also, he admitted that they self-police. There's no one to stop them.
The 45-day window. There's no accountability for anything said in these hearings. This is a show. This is just they're putting on a show, saying what will make them comfortable the politicians, they're, he promised, but really the entire industry is at stake. Now Ted Cruz, I didn't realize Ted Cruz from Texas, he's a huge movie fan. He speaks in movie quotes, even does that here. See if you can recognize some of the movie quotes. Ted Sarandos, Ted Cruz. So Ted talks to Ted, I guess kind of a TED talk. So let's see what they have to say
the
in this.
marketplace, but I appreciate both of
Here
you
we go.
coming before us. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Thanks, Senator Klobuchar. Senator Cruz.
Thank you. I want to start by having the record reflect that I'm amazed Senator Klobuchar managed to reference the terrific movie Grumpy Old Men
Well, it sort of is relevant to our workplace.
without making
So
a very
that's right.
obvious
And I
point.
thought of saying that, but I chose not to, but now I did.
You had the hanging punchline, and
All
Amy,
right.
I needed
Yeah.
you to finish it
Putz.
because it does in fact describe.
Yeah. Look, it's nice to see people not yelling at each other, kind of having a little fun. But this is very serious to me because it's about the impending doom that's hanging over movie theaters and this industry. Let's watch this.
Our place of work.
See how stories unite us?
Cruz can use a movie quote from literally anything to match any situation. It's one of his superpowers.
That's inconceivable.
Princess Bride.
There you go.
All right. This is an $83 billion merger. It's a big deal. Entertainment matters. Content matters. Mr. Sarandos, how many subscribers does Netflix have in the United States?
Around 86,000, 86 million, sorry.
And if the merger goes,
Senator Cruz, we reported North America, so it includes Canada.
so if the merger went through, how many subscribers would you anticipate having?
What's the growth of HBO Max? What's your last number?
Yeah, well, we don't publicly disclose our HBO number, but the HBO subscribers in the US are roughly 50 million. But remember, 80% of those subscribers already subscribe to Netflix. So there's significant overlap there.
So if you're at 90 million now with Netflix, by any measure, you'd be north of 100 million, depending on the overlap. Is that fair to say?
Depending on the overlap and the retention, yes.
It's a matter of basic economics. Does more market power typically lead to higher prices or lower prices?
Across which industry, sir?
Across any industry.
I think more market power gives you the ability, but if you're not delivering the value, you can never cash in on it.
You have a gentleman sitting behind you in the monopoly outfit. In your view, are monopolies a good thing in America?
No, sir, they're not.
Should the American people be concerned about a monopoly in entertainment and streaming?
Just to be clear, while monopolies are not good, we are nowhere near dominant, let alone a monopoly. We have 9% market share that will grow to 10. If you wanted to contort yourself,
Well, but that's defining the market the way you want, and obviously, an antitrust assessment, the market definition is critical. In the streaming market, paid subscription streaming, what percent do you have of the market?
it's for us that would be kind of a fantasy construct.
Okay, so you don't want to answer that.
No, I'm just saying if you take YouTube out of the picture, which is the one that you see that people think is controversial, we'd be about 18% plus 3% of about 21%.
So another aspect of this merger that I think is raising significant concerns, which is an ideological aspect. Would you agree there's a difference between entertainment and propaganda?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I and many others on this committee have been concerned for a long time about censorship in the media, and censorship in Hollywood. There already seems to be only one acceptable political view. Actually, I want to ask, did either of y'all watch the Grammys this week?
I did not.
Just the tail end of it.
One simple question. Are we right now on stolen land?
I have no idea the history of this land, of where we're sitting today.
Nor do I, Senator.
So that speaks volumes that neither of you are willing to say, hell no, we're not on stolen land. And I will say at the Grammys, when you see an entertainer say, nobody is illegal while we're on stolen land, and then you see entertainers leap to their feet clapping so excitedly at the notion that America is fundamentally illegitimate, it starts to convey that the entertainment world is deeply corrupt. And I will point out that same singer who says no one is illegal on stolen land promptly went back to her $14 million mansion, and somehow that stolen land she wasn't concerned about, just the United States of America.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Look,
horrible
Netflix
speech.
has long been a left-wing company. Your founder, Reed Hastings, is one of the biggest Democrat donors in the country, including giving millions recently to the massive gerrymander in California, making it one of the most gerrymandered states in the union, because your founder desperately wants a Democrat House of Representatives. Susan Rice from the Obama White House is on your board of directors. You guys gave $50 million to the Obamas, as far as I can tell, to produce no discernible content whatsoever. How would you tell a Texan sitting at home to feel comfortable? CNN is already a dumpster fire. There's nothing resembling objectivity. There's nothing resembling journalism anymore. How are people at home how should they feel even remotely confident that if this merger happens, the combined entity would not simply be a propaganda outlet pushing one particular political view with much greater market power than you have now?
Well, so we would fail. We would fail pushing a political view or propaganda. We deliver entertainment to consumers. Our consumers see our business pretty much the way they see America. About 40% conservative, about 40% liberal, about 20% don't know. And when they turn on TV, they're tuned in to be entertained. And if we fail to entertain them by trying to promote propaganda or something anything other than entertainment, we fail.
Mr. Campbell, same question to you.
We see the world very similar.
It's the guy from Warner's here. His mic's not on. They'll bring it up in a second.
We have a very broad range of content across not only HBO Max, but all of our platforms that we need to appeal to all audiences. Our content ranges from Hard Knocks from the NFL to shows like Deadliest Catch and Gold Rush. It's a very broad collection of programming that represents broad interests across America.
You have a wide range of programming on HBO. Name one program that is designed to appeal to conservatives.
We don't design our programming to appeal to
I can think of a lot that are designed to go to liberals. Name one.
None of our shows are
exist.
designed to go to any political group. They're designed to appeal to...
Really, John Oliver's not designed to appeal to a certain group?
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
the best HBO Max can say the Bill Maher is like a 90s liberal. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No, but they're worried about the Jimmy Kimmels and the Stephen Colbert and the John Olivers who are just mouthpieces.
Right.
For the
let's
left.
finish this out and then we'll go to comments.
It's a program for which there's...
You just said none of your program is it. Look, let me ask you, do you think CNN is fair and balanced?
I do believe CNN is a fair...
So when CNN showed riots and fires behind them and you put a chyron, mostly peaceful but fiery protest, was that journalism?
Sir, I'm not involved with CNN, and in fact, they're not part of this transaction, but they have an independent editorial board. They have independent news gathering. We don't direct...
They have no independence other than hating Donald Trump, which is why their viewership numbers have plummeted, because they don't actually report news. They instead engage in very biased propaganda. And I will say the truest words you said a minute ago is when you said with respect to Mr. Sarandos, well, he and I see the world in very much the same way. That is exactly the problem, that in the world of journalism, it should not be propaganda. In the world of entertainment, there is a reason why entertainers who are even slightly right of center get blackballed in Hollywood, writers get blackballed in Hollywood, actors get blackballed in Hollywood. And I've heard nothing today to give me any confidence that this merger would do anything other than make that problem much, much worse.
Well, there you go. I mean, he really just says out loud. And I'll just give him a compliment. Ted Cruz could do YouTube. That's how good he is.
That's
He's
funny.
very
I was like, well, he'll have a
concise.
job. He'll have a
He
job on
could
YouTube
do
after this. Yeah.
He could have his own YouTube channel, just like Josh Hawley. Final thoughts, Badger, and then we'll go to comments.
What he said kind of answers my question of, and I guess this was Paramount's big thing of like, what the fuck? Before we even gave our offer, you had already decided to go with Netflix. We're clearly at the time giving you more money. What is this? And it might just be as simple as we see the world the same way. We're simpatico on culture and ideology, and the Ellisons sure as hell they're not simpatico on how they see the world.
Well, that's where it is. Look, how about having some real balance? You know, Ted Cruz pointed out, what shows do you have that are specifically trying to target conservatives?
Yeah.
On Netflix, I don't know that I can think of any. There's sports programming. Sports is like the only thing I watch on TV now. That's it.
The wrestling that they got.
And wrestling,
Yeah.
wrestling, but it's apolitical. All that stuff is apolitical.
And that's not what Ted meant, because they're talking about licensed things from TV. No, motherfucker. Your original programming. What of that is, and it's not. It's black King of England that's gay in a wheelchair. Cleopatra.
Well,
it's Enola Holmes, but none of this is made for. If this was a Paramount, you could be like every Taylor Sheridan show. And then for the lefties, we have, unfortunately, Star Trek.